And there we go.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
but yeah, I was checking that out, and I was like, man, that's pretty good. I did like the flow from song to song.
Oh, when Lou was here yesterday, we were. Oh yeah, when Lou was here yesterday, we were playing the Minecraft video that of yours,
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
Justice. Oh my God, he loved that.
Thank you.
I love it
I
too.
filmed and edited it myself.
I know. We were all talking about that. It's just like so cool. You're amazing. You really are
Thank
amazing.
you.
I
It's crazy what
love
a
that.
little keyframing can do.
That was so cool. That's like one of my favorite videos. I love that video.
Thank you.
It's
Yeah, I just
all
wanted to do something fun because I knew I wanted to do a music video for Long Hair and Pretty Skin, but everything was closed.
right.
And I'm like, well, damn, like, how am I gonna get a music video for Long Hair and Pretty Skin if nobody's gonna let me film in their building? So, I'll just, put it up this green screen and do what I gotta do. I can't edit myself into real scenery, so how about I edit myself into some, 2D Minecraft?
I loved it. It
yeah, it
was
was pretty
so
fun.
good. It was
Yeah,
so,
real
so
good.
good. That thing rocked. That video was so cool. And
Thank
it's
you.
really different. It's really different.
Thank
And
you.
It
everybody I
is.
play it for, all my friends go crazy about that video. It's just awesome.
And I didn't even expect it to get the reception that it's getting on live on Instagram and Twitter. I really just wanted to do something funny and like fun.
Well, it was awesome.
Yeah.
And you're getting a lot of reposts on Instagram, right?
Yeah, so many meme pages are reposting it, and like most of the posts get at least over 10,000 likes.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Well, they should be. It's amazing. You have to send that video to me so I can put it up
of course.
because
Excuse me. Oh, well, we glad that we started everything. I want to see if we got we got some folks popping on. What's up, Kev? Please remember to share. We're just sitting here chit chatting for a few minutes. Let the car warm up a little bit. Remember back in the day when you have to start up the car and let it warm up.
Uh,
you remember that, Justice? You're
no,
too
my mom
young.
still does that. She will
Oh my
not
God.
drive off until we wait
Let the car
20
warm
minutes in
up.
the car for it to warm up.
It doesn't
Hmm.
need to
Still.
anymore. I don't think it has
I
to for the
tell
last
her all
10
the
years.
time. I'm like, it doesn't need to do that anymore. But she's like, nope, I don't want to mess nothing up with my engine.
Oh, that's
But
old school. There, that's like that. You have some deep seated, history when you're still warming up cars today.
Yeah, that's really true. That's true.
Oh man, that's funny.
It used to be in the day, I think you had to warm it up for like 10, 15 minutes
Yeah, oh,
before you
yeah.
would
My
really go,
dad always
especially in
like.
wintertime. Not so much in the summer, but in wintertime,
Yeah,
you really got to do.
my dad would leave
especially
for
in winter.
work, start it up, come back in the house. What are you doing? I gotta let the car warm up.
My mom will have us warm the car up 30 minutes prior.
Oh my God.
If it's in the winter, 30 minutes prior.
Shit, make sure you got a full tank of gas.
I know.
That's true story.
Well, listen, let's get started. We got some viewers. Everybody, I'm excited about our wonderful guest tonight. So we're going to do our intro. So sit tight and enjoy the ride.
Woo.
Hold on, man. It can't have an intro like that. Seriously. It can't have an intro like that. I can't. Here's the real deal.
I'ma hit him with this booby trap. He think he can make it out this booby trap. I'ma hit him with this booby trap. Give it to him once, I better run him back. I told him, dolly my way. I told him, dolly my way. Yeah, I told him, dolly my way. Dolly my way. You said you want me, daddy, that's not hard to see. I got you something special, come and take a seat. Your time and attention.
Oh, nice.
I
Is that
did
better?
not expect y'all to use that song. I was so thought I was like, oh wait, that's unreleased. But I guess y'all got an exclusive.
Well, if I'm in trouble, it's Lars's fault.
It's my fault.
Trouble.
That was a
Ah.
great
I knew
intro.
when I heard it, I was like, this is Lars doing.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's fantastic. Well, welcome, Justice. I am here. This is Care Viajante, Stogie Road Diaries. The journey continues. I got my man Lars with me, and we have the very talented, the very beautiful, the very wonderful Justice Brad. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, thanks for coming. Thank
an
you,
honor to
Lars, for
have
setting
you
it up.
on.
Oh yeah. I am
You're
actually.
awesome.
It's one of those nights I'm going to honor with the grass.
Oh, look at that.
Ooh.
Yep. That's like a $50 cigar.
Yeah, my
Nice.
dad loves cigars. He loves
Yes.
collecting them.
Your dad's awesome, dude. A Marine man.
Mm-hmm. He did the mandatory 8 years.
That's right. He's awesome.
What's going on, John? We got
Hey,
John
John.
from
John.
some Somerville, South Carolina. We got Kevin Corbelise.
Kevin.
We got my man, my main man,
Daryl.
Daryl Iverson. We got
Daryl.
Marshall.
Yeah,
Marshall.
Marshall, baby. How are you?
We got Evitz Klob, which is a.
Hey, it's my brother's last name.
There you go.
cool.
Look at that. And we got Chris, my man from
Hey, brother.
Amendola Cigars. Just been making some big news there with Amendola Cigars. Congratulations to you and Jeffrey,
Congrats.
two good buddies. They, they're going to be distributed by Illusion. It just they've been definitely making some
John.
headway. So Jennifer, my fiance,
Jennifer.
loved the intro. Show.
Yeah, the intro was great. I
It
loved that.
was. It was fantastic. I
It's
love
almost like I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Just a
it. It's
little
almost
bit.
like you've been doing this a long time.
I know. That was a hot intro.
You got to remember something. When I started, when Duncan and I started, our intros would be like a picture going, and someone's phone playing the music. You know,
The growth.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
it was funny. So, Justice, gosh, I mean, Lars told me all about you. I went to YouTube. I checked out your music. Fantastic.
Thank you.
And he's like, "Hey, let's have her on the show." I'm like, "Oh man, that'd be awesome." Because I just don't do cigars here. We just don't do cigars. We do everything because I believe music, art, food, cigars. It all goes together. There's nothing better than listening to the song that we just listened to, smoking a cigar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that is awesome.
It's a very chill vibe.
Yep.
It is very chill. So I got to ask you, how? I mean, has music always been a part of your life? Like, is it something that's been since you were a child and it just seemed natural to where you are?
Oh yes, there's a very long history with music in my family. Okay, so here's how it all really starts. It started because thank you, Marshall.
Thank you, Marshall.
Because me and my siblings, we were actually in a rap group when we were younger, and we called ourselves the Trail Kids. And we had and the reason we were called the Trail Kids was because we rode around, the Trailblazer car?
Yep.
Yeah.
That was our main car. Like it was the only car big enough to fit our big family. So we called ourselves the Trail Kids because we rolled in the Trailblazer.
That's great.
It started because our mom, of course, we wanted to listen to mainstream music, but my mom, she was not having that with her kids listening to curse words. So what we would do is we would record our own clean versions of the songs. And we kind of just started playing them with our friends. Our friends loved them. And my mom was like, okay, well, like, if you guys love, making your own versions of these songs, I know some people at the Boys and Girls Club that would, like, be really excited for y'all to perform them there. So we started performing clean versions of other people's songs at Boys and Girls Clubs and our rap group. And we decided, well, why are we doing other people's music? Let's just make our own clean music.
Wow.
And thus created the clean music movement. And we were kind of like this kind of locally known kid rap group that was making kid-friendly, kid clean music. And we started kind of like multiple organizations within the clean music movement. We had a No More Bullying campaign, an educational campaign. In 2008, actually, we had went to Dothan, Alabama, where my grandma is from. And we were doing a concert for the elementary school there. And in order to go to the concert, each kid had to pass their SOL.
Right.
And mind you, in Dothan, Alabama at this time, the SOL test scores were not doing great.
It's in Dothan, Alabama, right?
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I've been to
And
Dothan once.
every single last student passed their SOL just to go to our concert.
Oh my
That's
God,
fantastic.
that's amazing.
That's
It
awesome.
was great. We did a great show for them.
Wow.
And that's kind of like how everything was birthed. It was birthed in wanting to like give back to people and do better. Of course, as we got older, my siblings fell off from wanting to do music, but I was always really passionate about it, and I kept going. And
It's okay to say you were
here I
better
am.
than them.
No!
And you just it's okay. You were better than them. They kind of were like, oh shit, you know. It's like there's Michael Jackson, you know, Tito. Get down there.
Yeah. The cream rises
It happens.
to the top.
It happens every time.
Oh no, they're gonna
No.
hate me.
They can hate me for saying it, but you know.
But they say that.
But I'm
too.
reading between the lines, though, Justice. I'm
say
reading
that
between the
too.
lines.
It was that's really how it all started. It came out of a really organic, fun place, and it birthed into something really great. And they're still really supportive of what I do and the music that I want to create. It switched over to being more adult when I was about 15 years old. And I told my mom, I was like, hey, so like I actually seriously want to be a rapper. Like I want to do more than just, you know, what we do for children. Like maybe we could pass the children portion on to like my nieces and nephews because I want to be an adult artist one day. And so there's nobody like in my place for like the kids thing. We kind of just like deaded that. And now I'm an adult artist, and I've been seriously pushing my career for the past 2 years now. And things are really starting to turn around. My EP is doing great. Things are really looking up.
Now, what we were talking before about this. Your EP just came out, what, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, it came out February 14th on Valentine's Day. For everybody who didn't have a date, they at least had something to do.
That's awesome.
That's great. So there is a question here. Evis wants to know, who is your favorite rapper growing up?
Okay, so this is kind of a deep question because I had two favorite rappers growing up. So, of course, Nicki Minaj is my all-time, like, inspiration. Like, I seriously don't know who I would be if she wasn't around, because when I was a child in music, of course, I loved to dress really colorful, but my main concern was that I one day, like, want to be an adult artist. Like, I don't think anybody's going to care to see a rapper, like, dressing crazy. And so it kind of discouraged me for a while. And in my teens, I was seriously considering ending music because I just thought nobody was going to be interested in what I wanted to do. But when Nicki came out and she was doing the crazy costumes, the crazy voices on her music, her characters, and it was successful, I was like, wow, like I can really be myself. This is something people actually like.
Yeah.
And so that became a huge inspiration to me. But my main inspiration is my mom, because she was a rapper when she was young too. She was in a rap duo called Precious P and Wink. And they would perform at their school, and they performed at a couple of clubs and functions when they were younger. Fun fact, they actually performed with Eric B and Rakim. They had came to New Jersey, and because my mom was kind of like,
yeah,
I know, they were a kind of popular local rap group in North New Jersey, and so they were invited to the club to come perform with them.
That's
and
fantastic.
Precious P froze on stage, and my mom had to carry the whole show.
Wow.
Damn it, Precious P.
That's awesome. Well, I can believe your mom would carry the whole show. She's very charismatic.
Of course.
So,
that's how it really
fantastic.
all started. She's my biggest inspiration. She inspires me every day to keep going.
So Daryl did have a question before I get to my next one. He wanted to know how did you and Lars meet?
Lars, would you like to explain how we met?
Sure. Her one of her uncle worked a little bit in the music biz and has been in the cigar business for a while. And when he told me about Justice, and he said, he basically played me some of the music, and said, I think you're going to be really interested in this artist because she's amazing and amazing talent. And I just listened to her one time. I was just like, yes, she's incredible. I'm going to meet up with her and talk with her. We had a little talk, and then we decided that I was going to end up consulting for her. And I became a consultant for her, and we signed contracts. How long ago?
It was in November.
In November.
On November 13th.
And we had some ideas. Like I was about to start. We were right in the process of starting up a kind of.
Oh, did we lose you, Justice?
Yeah, I think we did. Oh no, she's coming back.
Yeah, sorry, I called.
No problem. And so then we were in the process of starting up right before even COVID had started, really getting a hold. We were going to start up a live touring company, and we had some shows booked up. We had some stuff set and ready. This was even before I met Justice, and we were going to put Justice into all of this. And then COVID hit, and all these clubs closed down, and people went out of business, and whatever. So that kind of like ruined that whole little part of it. And then now we're just, trying to figure out the COVID thing. I'm working on putting a package right now together for her so we can get her signed to a record company and get this thing moving along, because she's amazing talent. I mean, you charted on iTunes already. I mean, that's amazing.
So my song Long Hair Pretty Skin, which came out on August 21st of last year, I did not expect the reception to get what it did, but it kind of blew up online, and it charted at number 13 in South Africa on iTunes.
Wow.
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. I was really blown away. It's kind of one of my biggest accomplishment.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So Evitz is full of questions tonight. He's like a question machine.
I like that.
Great question, Daryl, by the way. So Evitz wants to know, outside of rap and R&B, do you have any other music that you enjoy?
Oh, yes. I've recently been seriously into talkbox music. It's kind of like, do you know what talkbox is? It's
no.
Like so a talkbox is those machines where like they put a tube in their mouth and it changes their voice to sound like a really high, upbeat auto tune.
Joe Perry, I think, did that, right? In Aerosmith?
Yeah, and like
right.
T-Pain and Kanye West does it a little bit too. Oh man, talkbox music is so good. I really want to dabble in it a little bit because I just think it's fantastic. I've been obsessed with a talkbox artist recently. His name is Carson Elliott. It's just so like, it makes you feel like you're going through a skating rink and it's like rainbows.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
That reminds me of the air tube that you could connect to the guitar, like Peter Frampton, and
right.
as you play, you play a like tune. That. And you can move your mouth around and even, mouth the words and it comes out.
That's right. Peter Frampton did that too.
What it is.
Yeah. See what I'm talking about.
Song? What was that song with that Peter Frampton that was really a big hit?
I would not sing because Daryl would probably jump off because he hates my singing, but it's Do You Feel Like I Do?
Yes.
Remember that?
My God. I love that
Because he does the Do you feel like I do? My Rolls Royce is a choice. And he plays guitar. He plays a guitar while he's doing that. And now Jimi Hendrix didn't need that. He made the guitar talk without that. But Peter Frampton, he did use that machine. So Evitz also wants to know, see, he has a cigar company. He's got a cigar thing, and he does this little IGTV, and he does little dance videos. He wants to know if he's got permission to use your music to dance to.
Yeah.
There you go, Evitz. You got it right now.
Music. It is free real estate.
Look at that, Evitz. Nice. You go right ahead. You can pay me royalties, Evitz. Send me some cigars.
I love that.
So, Justice, I do have a question for you because you brought something up, and I find it so interesting.
Yeah.
And when you go from doing the clean music, the rapping, and the kids to adult, was that a tough transition? And did you have to look back on all the work that you had done to that point and either justify or explain, or was that transition, relatively simple?
It was relatively simple, but at the same time it was kind of hard because it was letting go of a really big, piece of my past. Clean music for children
Mm-hmm.
was a really big part of who I was, and it really was who I was. And so transitioning from it, I knew I had to make the transition because I knew I wanted to be a successful musician, and I knew that was a transition that I just had to make. But it was a fun transition nonetheless because I feel like now that I can be very free range with my music, there's so many avenues that
Right.
I'm extremely excited to explore and that I can do with my music now.
I got to tell you, honestly, I mean, when you were telling the story and how you transitioned, I think it's really brave to do that because it's scary, and for
Yeah.
you to make that transition, at such a young age, and looking back on the work you've done, kudos, to you,
Thank you.
for having the courage to make that transition and determination into doing what you're doing now.
Thank you.
So I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. Um, I got to know.
She's very, very strong woman. Go ahead, Kerr. I'm sorry to interrupt.
No, go, no, it's
Thank you, Lars.
No,
There you
you
go.
are. You're amazing.
tears in my eyes, I guess.
I want you to tell them how that your parents told you couldn't do it without doing college first.
Okay.
Tell them that story because that's an amazing
This
story.
was the
Kerr,
main
you're gonna
part
love
of the
this.
Good question,
transition.
Lars.
The main part of the transition was that my mom and my dad were headstrong. They're like, okay, like if you seriously want to be a rapper, like an adult rapper, here's what you're gonna do. We are not allowing any stage time until you are done with college, and that meant like fully done.
Wow.
And I'm in my head thinking like, damn, like I'm gonna be like 22 by the time I'm done with college. Like I'm gonna be 23, almost 24. Like I need to hurry this up. How can I hurry this up? And I wanted to do it now. So what I did, I heard over the intercom in my school that there were students in my school that were graduating college at the same time, but they didn't really like promote it around. It just came. It was kind of like a godsend because literally the next day after my parents told me that announcement came on the intercom for the students to come to the auditorium to accept their awards for graduating. And I was like, we have this program at our school? So I immediately ran to my guidance counselor and I was like, how can I get in this program? How can I graduate college at the same time I graduate high school? And of course, they helped me get into the program. They helped me through all of my classes. And so I did college at the same time in high school through a dual enrollment program at my local community college called Piedmont, Virginia Community College. And I was able to graduate high school with my associates in business studies at the same time. And actually, my college graduation was a week before my high school graduation.
Oh my
Really,
God.
I graduated college before I graduated high school.
That's great.
Is that badass or what? Oh my God,
And
I
then
love
when it was over, I went to my mom and dad and I was like, look, I finished college. I can do music now.
That's fantastic.
Yes, you are right. She's much better looking than Beyonce.
Oh no, thank you.
Yes, you are.
Oh my God.
So there was a couple more
incredibly
questions here. Oh, sorry, Lars. Go ahead, bud.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, I think Eve, it's definitely 100% agree with you, my man.
Me too.
Thank you.
So Kevin Corbelise, longtime supporter and watcher and viewer, and such a great guy. I want to know where you're making your music. Where are you out of? And that was part of the question I wanted to ask you. Like where, we were talking earlier. Your mom's starting a car up and letting it run and warm up. So, where did you grow up and kind of what area you from and then also where you're making your music.
Okay, yeah. So my mom, she was born and raised in New Jersey, but I was born and raised in Virginia. I like to claim the RVA area. Really, I lived all over Virginia because my family moved around a lot, but RVA is kind of like, my little stomping ground.
Very
Nice.
cool. We're in Jersey. Did your mom grow up?
Really? Where?
No, I'm saying where did your mom grow up in Jersey?
Oh, she grew up in Newark.
Okay, Newark. Okay. My fiance, my fiance's from Northern Jersey. I went to school in Delaware, so I got friends. It's like Delaware. I think Dover had half their population was Jersey.
Oh, cool.
Oh
And her
yeah,
mom was
Yeah, there's a
actually
lot
out
of
here in
you'll find a lot of
Allentown for
Jersey
a while.
people in Delaware and Maryland, which is crazy.
yeah. We get a lot. I'm down here in South Carolina, so we get a lot of Northerners. Yeah, I'm a Northerner. I'm from Pennsylvania, so we come down here, and I had somebody tell me he owned a big farmland, and my buddy was telling me, he said, I used to grow a lot of corn in my fields, and I sold my land. And now I raise a lot of Northerners now, a lot of Yankees. I replace corn for Yankees. That's great. So, but when you get your graduation, you get that degree, and obviously
Yeah.
you're like, yo, I did it. What are the next steps for you? 'Cause
Yeah,
I mean,
so
there you've proven yourself, right?
yeah, it was a really big day because like that really resonated with my mom because she knew then that that I was serious, like that I was dead serious about really wanting to do this. And she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna support you 100%. If there's anything you need, like any place you need to go, like how can we help?" And I really appreciate that about her because, it's not all the time that you'll find that, parents are comfortable with their kid running around to New York to be a
Yeah.
rapper. But she supported me, and I'll always appreciate her for that.
That's awesome. That is awesome. And your mother is a big support. She's amazing. I talk to her very regularly.
All she said, "You know what? I can't even get mad at you. You completed what I told you to do. Now I have to fulfill my end."
Nice.
That's great. That's great. Now, Lars, you guys, like you said, you've been connected for a while. So tell us a little bit about Justice. I mean, we're going to let you talk a little bit more about Justice because she's done a great job of talking about, her background and everything. But you have such a great way of picking out talent. You have such a great way of being able to spot things like that. So I'm really interested on what attracted you to not only hearing that song for the first time, but to continue moving forward with it.
So once I talked to her, I saw that she was really intelligent, and she had a super great insight into things. Like a lot of people, you can be book smart and intelligent, but you don't understand things in a deeper way.
Right.
She understood things in a very deep way, and she really knew where she wanted to go. And she was really serious about getting there. So a lot of people, they'll fantasize and want to do the music business or want to get involved in movies or act or whatever, but first of all, most of them are too impatient because it takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
You have to put years into this. It's not like
10,000 hours.
10,000 hours exactly. So it doesn't happen overnight, and it is really the rappers that there's a lot of rappers that blow up on a regular basis, and then they just disappear after 2 or 3 years. To really be able to make money, it is usually about 10 years before you start making the big money. So you really have to push it and go take advantage of every opportunity around you. And I saw immediately she was that person. She was super talented. Plus, I met with her mom and dad, and they were very supportive. And they're also very intelligent, super cool people. I love them. And I went down to their house in Virginia and hung out with them. Her mom made some amazing catfish. It was incredible. And
Now we're
Still
talking.
thinking about my catfish.
oh my God. And I'm trying to eat the no carb thing, but I was eating that deep fried catfish. That was so good. Breaded. I didn't care. I was eating that shit. That was so good. I love that. And then I think I made pizza for you guys. The Ninja.
Cauliflower pizza, and it was great.
Cauliflower crust pizza, and that shit is good. So, I knew we just connected on a lot of stuff. And plus I've been involved in the music industry for a long time, since I was a young kid. And I really was never, when I was a young kid, I was never serious about being in the music business. I wasn't serious like she is. I was totally took it like it was a joke. I really did not think it was serious. I mean, I did get #1 hits, but they were the worst songs I ever wrote. And I knew that people were so, you know, have great taste that they would love that garbage. So
That's a great
And
thing
that's
to
the great
admit,
part,
though,
it's
right?
usually the songs you hate.
yes, yes, absolutely.
It's like this is your
Because-
biggest hit. Well, that was the B side,
Yeah,
to
and
the song I really wanted.
it kind of makes you kind of have to make hits. You kind of have to make music that penetrates into people's brains,
Yep.
and they're just sick of it after 2 weeks. And it should be that way because then a month later, they're humming that song in their head.
Yeah.
They're singing it, and they already got bored of it, but it's embedded in their brain. That's that stickiness and that kind of hook that really makes a
Yeah.
song successful. And then about a year later, they're reminiscent about it and they love that song. And now they're going back and playing it because they want to hear it because, they feel comfortable. It's like home for them. And that's like the kind of hit making machine that I know Justice is. She is awesome. And her music is incredible. Her voice is incredible. She's an easy person to work with. She's very intelligent. And I just knew it was gonna be a great, relationship to work and build a career.
Thank you.
I love you,
Nice.
Anna. You know that.
Sweet.
Well,
No,
I did
incredible.
post your YouTube channel, so please check out Justice Brad on YouTube. Subscribe.
yes,
check out the music.
please.
Subscribe and leave comments.
Yes,
Yes.
most definitely. Minecraft.
Oh,
So
love
we gotta
that
talk about the
video!
Minecraft video.
Okay, so
I really wish I could like perfect this share screen because I would share this video.
oh.
But I'm sure I would screw something up if I tried. But I don't know. Can you guys hear that?
No.
Yeah,
I can hear it faintly.
I think because my headset's on or something. I'm sure I would screw something up with it. But go ahead, tell us about the Minecraft video because my kids love Minecraft. So when I saw this, I was like, I gotta watch this.
I've been an avid player of Minecraft since I was 12 years old. And I used to play it when it was just the Mahjong one that you had on the computer. Like this wasn't when it was on the consoles and everything. You had all these different texture packs. We just had the base version. And I really wanted to film a music video for Long Hair Pretty Skin, but no place was letting me get in the venue, of course, because of COVID, and they had to make sure their buildings would have been sanitized properly, and that isn't something that they said a third party could have been able to do right. And so we were having a problem trying to film it. So I was like, you know what? I'll just throw up I have green screen here at home. I'll just throw up my green screen. I don't know how to properly edit myself into like a real venue, so I guess let me just use some stills that I have from my Minecraft gameplays and edit myself into them. And
so good.
And now it's like low key viral on Instagram.
I
Twitter.
love it.
That's fantastic. I swear, I wish I could, if I understood the whole technology here, share my screen, it'd be great. But yeah, you gotta love it, man. When you can integrate a song into Minecraft, you got me.
And listen, I never even watched Minecraft. I didn't even know what it was. So when I saw it, I was just like, "Oh, this is an incredible video." I didn't even realize that it was like a thing. And then I played it for my friends, and they're all like, "Oh my God, that's Minecraft!" No, I didn't Minecraft. I have no idea. But
I play it to chill. I play it to relax.
Crazy.
I play it to relax. I do like.
So
we got it on PlayStation and everything else, and I play with the kids. I used to make these ridiculous castles and put in a whole bunch of booby traps and stuff.
Yep.
And then I get it all ready for them, and then they would try and go through and get through the castle and live. But I do it just to relax. For me, it was just like so mind numbing, just so chill. That's one of my all time favorite games. Just to kind of decompress.
It's a favorite of mine. It's so soothing.
Yeah.
You have a long day, you play some Minecraft, and you just forget all your struggles.
Yeah. You sit there. Oh, look. Yeah, you died. Creep out. No big deal. Yeah, you have some fun. So what inspires you when you write your music? You know, what do you think of? And I know you have obviously a number of songs, but
Mhm.
I've always found it very interesting with artists such as yourself. You know, I played guitar and I goof around, but I'm like, I've always felt like I had a good ear for music, but I could just replicate it or copy it. I can't be an original.
Mhm.
Like, what inspires you?
So really, what it is, I don't know how to explain it. This is a question I always have a hard time explaining because when it comes to like writing a song, lyrics just come out of nowhere. Like I could literally just be going for a walk, and then all of a sudden, like I'll see something, and then I can think of a lyric for it, and I'm like, oh, I gotta write this down. Or let's say somebody wants me to use a beat of theirs. I'll listen to the beat, and the first thing I can do, I can hear, even before I can think of the lyrics, I can hear a melody for a song immediately while listening to the song. And I'll have the melody in my head as I'm listening to it. And then by the time the song ends, I kind of already have an idea of the lyrics that should go towards it. It's a really weird process. But then when it gets to the writing, I already know kind of at the end of the song how I want it to go. So the lyrics just come out of me.
That's
That,
awesome.
you know what's great about that is it's such a gift, and because it's come so natural to you, it's difficult to explain to a meathead like me. I mean, it is because you know when I hear what you're saying, you know, it's like I wish I had that talent to be where it's like, hey, how do you do this? I don't know. When things come naturally to you.
It started really because I used to, of course, I was bullied growing up. And how I would take out my pain is I would write poems about what I was sad about that day or what somebody said about me or to me. And so, being that I was somebody who wrote poems, writing lyrics just ended up becoming second nature later on.
Wow.
And that's your answer
really
moving
cool.
forward, Justice. So you can't say it's hard. That's your inspiration, and that's
Oh,
fantastic. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, I was bullied when I was a kid. I
yeah.
didn't write poems. I just grew up and got bigger, and then found my bullies and beat them up. I took a different approach, but I mean that's fantastic. You know, you take a situation like that, and you turn it into something positive, and that's inspiration for a lot of kids that are being bullied. You know, to hear that story from you, that you were able to write down these poems and how you turned it into something so positive, not only going back and doing the rap and the music for the kids, but then also transitioning into adult rap and still hearkening back to those days where, you know, you were bullied and you wrote down poems and how it still relates to what you're going through today and also how you write your music. I think that's awesome.
Thank
Yeah, it
you.
really is. And
Lars.
it really is special, like how you go ahead and took from poetry to writing songs, which is really, that's awesome. And your lyrics are really cutting edge.
Thank
I love
you.
it. I love it. And
You
the
see,
way
when
that
I
you,
write a song, I try my best not to use the first rhyme that comes to my head because I noticed that is often a problem in hip hop. Is like you can tell often people are using the first rhyme that comes to their head. And so when I write a song, my strive is to make each of my songs as unique as possible. So if this is the first rhyme that's coming to my head, I'm like, so that means anybody could think of this rhyme. So I can't use this one.
oh, that's
And then I
really smart.
Wow.
next one.
Wow.
Damn. Use the second idea.
Yep.
That is really brilliant.
That's fantastic. Even said he's going to use Head Knock or Fuego tomorrow. Fuego's a
Thank
good song.
you.
Nice.
No, yeah, most definitely. I mean, that's pretty interesting. You know, when you think about that process of going through and going, oh well, you know, maybe I won't use the first one. Everybody's going to use that one. That's kind of an obvious one, right? I'll go with the second one, which is a little bit more deeper.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. So are like? I'll ask the silly question here. Are you watch 8 Mile? The guys can freestyle like right on the spot. Is that something you're very good at and strong at, or do you got to give it a little more thought?
Terrible at freestyling, which is so sad because
No, it's fine. I mean, listen.
everyone in my family can freestyle but me. Like, I'm the only one, like, I gotta go to the side, write something, and they'd be like, oh, look at what I'm freestyling with. Like, no, they saw me write it.
Do they bring that up? They're like, listen,
Yes,
you know,
they're like,
listen.
I can tell you wrote that. And I was
We
like,
know you're a recording artist
God.
now. You know you're not part of the Trailblazers anymore. We know that. We fell away, but I can still freestyle.
I know. I told them, I'm like, look, I'm a real writer now, okay?
I don't need a freestyle.
You know
You can
what's
do that
really-
at dinner time. I'm gonna go write some real songs.
You know, it's really funny. I used to train competitive battle rappers.
Yeah.
I trained a lot of competitive battle rappers, and I can't do it myself at all.
Mm-hmm.
I cannot freestyle. I can't go ahead and.
Thank you, Kevin.
Oh, very cool. I can't rap with just coming off the top of my head. I have to also think about it and also write it all down.
Yeah.
But it's really funny because there's actually kind of formulas for freestyling that people
Yeah.
don't like to talk about in the real community, because in freestyling you kind of have like you can memorize or learn a certain group of kind of comebacks and saying stuff that you're going to attack the person with in a battle rap, and then you just switch it around depending on what they're wearing or what they look like or what their size is. You'll kind of just switch around, but you have that already in your arsenal. And the worst part about it is if you have a crew with you and they know what you're going to say because you've done it already a bunch of times. I've seen it in freestyle rapping. Your guy in your crew that's nearby, he's like actually saying along with stuff that you're just saying. It's supposed to be right off the freestyle in a battle rap. And then one of your guys are like repeating it with you. Oh my God, that's the worst when you see that.
I know.
You know, you've seen it before, right?
I think my biggest insecurity with freestyling is that, like, I hate the idea of possibly showing anyone a terrible rap verse. And so I'm like, if I hiccup in the slightest, I'm so embarrassed. Like, I immediately crawl into a cocoon.
Wow. Well, you
No,
know,
I cannot freestyle rap. You know that.
yeah, me
He
too.
says you can.
So
That's because he's busting my balls.
Speaking from a place of knowledge.
I know he's speaking from a place of being a jackass. He's a good guy. I love him. My freestyle rap, I'll like pick some obscure rap song from when I was younger, and I'll still be, man, it's good. But like, you don't know Ice-T?
Oh my God.
Like 1988 Ice-T. You don't remember that? So it seems really fresh and new. Perfect, and I got it.
How funny is it that he was like the ultimate gangster rapper? I don't know if did you ever watch any of Ice-T stuff?
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever?
That's what Ice-T.
Oh, he's amazing. But do you know that he has a heavy metal band?
Yeah.
Called,
Death Body Count. Yeah.
That he has a bigger following with his heavy metal band.
Oh my God.
You should see his shows in Europe. They're so big. He's playing like bigger than stadiums, like just huge.
There goes the
shows.
neighborhood. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
He's the lead singer of a metal band.
This.
He's a heavy metal singer.
Yeah. Yeah, I had his cassette.
He's bigger as a heavy. There's so many people that I would meet in Europe when I would talk. They would tell me about Body Count, and they love him so much.
Yeah.
And then I'd say, well, you know that he's also a rapper, and they were like, no, he isn't.
Really?
Like,
They didn't know that?
Yeah, no, they don't know it.
Are you
And they're
kidding
just
me?
like,
Oh my God.
no.
Because
And they're
his rap was so great, and then he went right into that heavy metal
I know.
Body Count, and Jennifer saw him. He played at Lollapalooza with Body Count.
Wow.
I remember when his album first came out, and I had the cassette, and it was just like that first guitar heavy line, and he's just like, there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah, you got to look it up. It's really good.
Watch this
And look at some of the
tonight.
live shows like that are just like they're like he's even done this pretty recently. He's been still touring with that band, and he has just gigantic crowds in Europe.
Yeah, it's
Europe
good stuff.
is like he's amazing. He's got a big following there. I think in America he still has some pretty big following for Body Count, but in Europe it's gigantic.
He does. He's very
That's
talented from his
crazy.
rap career to his, going heavy metal to his acting career.
Oh, I
And
love
he's
his
playing
role
a
on
cop.
Law and Order.
Yeah, and he's playing a cop for what? How long has it been? 10 years or more?
Yeah, over 10 years
Crazy.
actually.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, no,
And
he's
it's funny because like he was this hardcore gangster rap, and
Yeah.
now he plays a cop on a TV.
I know.
no, he's Law and Order. Yeah, it's like, yo, I'm gonna read you your rights.
You have the right to remain silent.
Yeah,
Don't
you know,
get
it's
violent.
the same. Yeah, exactly. This is the same guy from back. I remember Colors. Remember the movie Colors?
Yep.
No.
I am a
And
nightmare walking, psychopath talking, king of my jungle, just a gangster walking.
Ooh, look
It's
at
like,
that.
well, you see, that's not from me. That's from Ice-T.
I understand, but still, you remember the lyrics. That's
Oh,
damn
cool.
good.
I mean, that's because it sticks with you. It's
Yeah.
like you said, it's that song that just sticks with you, that just really digs deep into, when I saw an interview where he talks about, his neighborhood he grew up in and kind of what you had to be. And then they transition that song into the movie, and just fantastic lyrically.
And also when he was the cop in New Jack City, that was amazing. He was a
Ooh,
great
that
actor in that.
role.
Yeah.
Yeah. He was so incredible. Really, really incredible.
Yeah, he is definitely one of the rappers I think is not only talented but highly intelligent and just not only just talented within the rap community and music, but he's really shown that he can expand and go into different areas and be
Exactly.
successful.
And Vanessa Williams was in that too, New Jack City. That was pretty she
Yeah.
was she was playing the character of one of the gangsters, one of the head gangsters.
That was a good movie. I mean,
Yeah.
that's definitely a solid movie, and it's pretty funny when you see the evolution of his acting career of being he's an okay actor to what he's doing now. He's still pretty damn good.
Yeah, he's really good. He's
advanced supremely.
yeah, absolutely. And LL Cool J went from rapping. He was like a part
him
rapper.
too.
A
I
really
love
successful
LL Cool J.
career. Yeah, very successful career in acting.
Yeah, no, he's fantastic.
I wonder what that is about. How like a lot of people in the music industry are transitioning into acting world too. That's that didn't used to happen as much like that in that way. I mean, you had like you had some people that had like some hits and the things, and then did a little acting, but this has really gone into like developing a big career.
Well, I mean, when you think about, if you go back to Frank Sinatra, I mean, he was, a very famous, incredible singer, but also a very good actor. And I think even today, where you have, maybe back to MTV, back when they used to play videos, but there's so many videos, and a lot of these videos went from just being a video to being kind of short movies, like little movie clips.
Yeah.
So I think probably, when you're a talented individual, and Justice, that kind of brings up the question with your career, not only in music, when you're that talented and you have the ability, due to your talent to excel in a certain area, you want to challenge yourself and go into a new arena.
Right.
So what other areas do you branch out into now other than music?
Well, other than music, I enjoy writing on a pastime. Like when I was younger, this is gonna be really cringy to say, but when I was younger, I used to write fan fiction novels, and I would post them on Wattpad. And I kind of had like a kind of popular book, but I'm not gonna say what name it is because it's so cringy. I don't want.
You got to say it now. No, you can't say I'm not going to say it and not say it. What's the name of the book?
I say I will have to immediately run and block it because I was literally 11.
Oh, that's really cool.
Writing has still writing. I love writing books. Like there is so much to like because I used to be obsessed. Well, I still am obsessed with reading. I love reading, and there's just like you can immerse yourself into a different world when it comes to writing a book. versus how, let's say when you're writing a song, you can immerse yourself into an emotion, where I feel like writing a book, you can immerse yourself into a whole world.
Yeah, that's true.
And so I love writing books, and one of my goals as a musician is to one day be a published author.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, also Justice has a hot sauce out.
Oh, yes.
Yes,
She
we
has
did see that at the beginning.
Oh, damn,
seasoning
it's in my mom's room.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, it was in the beginning intro.
Mm-hmm.
He already put it up there.
Well,
And
here,
it's delicious. It's
Yep.
got flavor. You taste the flavor and the heat. And it's got little
let me do
freckles
that.
of like spice in it.
Oh,
so
yeah,
you
look
can
at that.
really get that thickness to it.
Mm.
And then also she has a seasoning that's coming out that's amazing, spicy and sweet seasoning.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to have a line of bags, leather bags, and little wallets and stuff that are coming out. So she's really branching out into a bunch of new areas. And through the grapevine, I heard that it's very possible she might be doing a movie at one
I was going to
point
ask
or
if you got
another.
bitten by the acting bug.
Well, we might.
Has Ice-T's performance in what is Special Victims Unit or whatever he's played, has that inspired you to get into acting?
Oh, for sure. I'm obsessed. First of all, SVU is literally my favorite TV show of all time. And when, like, seeing Ice-T come into the show, and I was like, he's a rapper. And my mom was like, yeah, like, he's doing this show now. He's doing so many cool things. And I was like, oh, my God, that's so cool. Maybe I could do that, too. Do you think they want to see me? And so,
Of course we do.
Fantastic, yeah.
I think everyone agrees. We all want to see you.
So John asked what's coming up next. So we've heard everything from hot sauce to spices to possible acting.
Yes.
Modeling?
I'm not doing anything in terms of modeling right now, but I'm always doing photo shoots. I've got a couple of like live streamed performances coming up. I know I know I have a show on the 27th of this month. Really things are just kind of getting lined up, being that, the year just started. Things are starting to like fall into place that will lead into big things. So follow me on Instagram at Justice Brat Music. It's JustisBratt Music. I post on my story daily. I'm always posting new freestyles. Well, freestyles pre-written that you can listen to and vibe to while waiting for new music or new shows. I'm always posting updates on what's coming next on there.
That's awesome. And also,
on my Twitter, Justice Brat, and on Facebook, Justice Brat Official.
And because of COVID, we don't know really how this is going to end up coming out, but it's possible, as soon as this really starts to normalize and we can start doing shows, she's definitely going to be on the road doing live shows, and you guys all have to come out, support her, come to see her.
Definitely.
It's going to be amazing.
Promise I do a great job on stage. Performing is what I honestly think I perform better than I write. Performing is my passion. It's my expertise. So I can promise you, if you come see me perform, you will have a good time.
It's going to be a great show.
Well, looking forward to that because, as Laura said, getting back to some normalcy, because that was my question, is the touring. I mean, I'm sure with everything that's going on, it's kind of really had such a negative impact. But boy, oh boy, once we kind of get back into the groove, things will pick back up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
So, do you smoke cigars? Evitz asks. Justice.
Oh no, I don't smoke cigars.
Don't smoke cigars. Don't want to ruin that voice.
My dad is obsessed with cigars, and I'm always looking to bring him some to put in his collection.
That's
true.
And
I kind of like the look of them. I think they have a very sophisticated vibe.
Very sophisticated, Lars. We look very sophisticated.
Yeah, I'm not that sophisticated, but I'll take that.
That's fantastic.
When I started smoking cigars, and when I started even manufacturing cigars, it was like a long time ago. I'm an old guy, but when I started, people thought you were the devil if you smoked cigars. they would give you the evilest look. You were like the bad guy. It was like this stereotypical kind of thing. People who smoked cigars were either like, really like they were always like the bad guy.
It was this. It was always kind of like associated with being stinky and smelly.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and people like kind of look down on you all the time. Like, and it was funny in New York City. I was growing up there, and I had businesses there as a young kid, and people would look at it just like all of a sudden you had this like bad image or bad reputation thing just because you were a cigar smoker, and I didn't really care, but because I've always kind of been a little bit of trolling, but
The bad boy.
so I would smoke cigars anyways. But it wasn't even a bad boy in the good way, like like in the boys groups, they had the bad boy. It wasn't like that. It was like they kind of just didn't like you. You were kind of like you were the opposite of sophistication, and I was fine with that. Look, even the kind of stuff that I wrote when I was younger, when I was doing the music thing, I was never looked upon by other musicians as being talented, and especially because I started rapping when nobody was rapping. I mean, it was like a really new thing. I was 13 years old when I started. So it was like a really strange, a strange.
Awesome.
Let's see what this is saying.
Frontline Cigars.
Let my dad know. What's your business
Absolutely.
called?
It's Frontline Cigars.
Awesome.
It's online. Check him out. He's a great guy.
Awesome.
So John wants to know where to get the hot sauce and the spices. John, I know I've been carrying a couple of the largest spices on my website, the vsrcigarfam.com. I do not have Justice hot sauce yet. Where can I get the other Justice hot sauce right now? Laws, is it even available?
Yes, it is, and I think your mom put up a link for it on Lars Tetens Presents. But just do you know the link, Justice?
I think she posted it on my Facebook. It should be in the most recent post, I believe.
Okay, so
I'll find out, John. I'll find out. We'll find out. Let you know. I'll post it on my Facebook page, on where you can pick up the various hot sauces and spices. I know as we start to grow with the vsrcigarfam.com, we're going to be carrying more and more of Lars spices and hot sauce.
Absolutely.
Jennifer made pork chops last night, and did the one had the spicy sea salt, one had on the garlic, the honey garlic, and the other one had on the adobo. So I had my pick of I ate all of them.
Of course. I went to my garage today. Not my garage, but like my mechanic's garage. He's amazing. This amazing place, and you might know it. It's in Hamburg, nearby CI, Down and Dirty. They do some of the most incredible off-road vehicles. I went there, and they use my hot sauce and spices there all the time. And
really?
I brought them in like 3 of Justice's hot sauces because I knew they would go crazy about it. They tasted them. They were like freaking out over it. They had to have more. So I went back to the car. I grabbed them another 4 of these hot sauces because I knew they were going to go through them super fast. They're already using your hot sauce on everything. And they were just they came right before they started lunch, and they used your hot sauce on everything. They went crazy about it.
It's scrumptious.
It is
It's
the
more
best.
than like a sauce. Cause like there's so many hot sauce brands where it's kind of just like a hot juice. But like this is really a sauce.
Yes. And it's got no carbs in it.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. That's awesome. So Lars, you're saying that you
absolutely, John, and you can get it with Kerr's
John.
shop.
Yeah, check us out on VSR. Jennifer, post it on there, please. Come on, you're my assistant. So Lars basically just got a lube oil and filter and a brake job and paid for it with your hot sauce.
Yeah, basically.
Paid for with hot sauce.
I don't know that shop, but I know exactly what you're talking about, Lars. That whole area, Hamburg, right by
Yep.
CI. I know exactly what you're talking about. It's been a while since I've been. Actually, I was there last year. You know, my brother, he passed away. Lived in Schuylkill Haven, so we went to after the funeral. We drove down and hung out at CI. And had a couple cigars and a couple of beers. It's an interesting area when you get to that spot. I mean, just how much it's grown up, how much it's blown up with CI being there, and I believe was it the Bass Pro Shop that's there? Is that Bass Pro
It's
Shop?
Cabela's.
Cabela's. That's the biggest Cabela's in the country.
I love that.
They
Cabela's.
actually have an area fenced off if you're traveling with horses that you can let the horses out and roam around.
Oh my god!
Yeah, place is
How
huge.
cool is that?
Cool.
Yeah, just this next time when you come up here, I got to bring you over there. It's really fun.
Definitely.
And there's like a whole bunch of these exotic stuffed animals all over the place that are just super cool. That you take pictures with them in the background. It looks like animals are running at you and stuff. It's pretty funny.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a
awesome.
huge place. So, so Justice, if people wanted to get your EP, how can they get it?
You can find my EP Spoiled Brat, and that's spelled with 2 T's like my last name. You can get it on Spotify, Apple Music, Deezer, Tidal. You can get it on YouTube. You can get it on Amazon. It's literally everywhere.
It is everywhere.
So
And
what-
it's almost about to reach 200,000 streams.
That's
Fantastic!
beautiful.
Congratulations. What with all the songs on it? What's your favorite?
Oh, I love me some long hair, pretty skin.
Oh, that's
No,
so
I
good.
love Run It Up. Run It Up is my favorite. It's such a fun, like, upbeat. It kind of gives me like a basketball vibe. Even though there's like nothing basketball involved in it, for some reason I could just like hear it playing in like a basketball court. It's really
love
fun.
that.
I wrote that song in like 10 minutes too. And it was really because I was listening to a whole bunch of female rappers' music. And then all of a sudden, like, I just get this idea for like a really good female rap song. And I'm like, I gotta write this now before the idea's gone. And that's just how it came about.
That's pretty badass.
So you're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I mean, where else can people subscribe and follow you?
Yeah, you can subscribe to my YouTube, Justice Brat. Follow me on Instagram, Justice Brat Music. That's JustisBratt Music. Follow me on Twitter at Justice Brat. Follow me on Instagram at Justice Brat Official. I believe I also have a LinkedIn, Justice Brat, and that's it.
That's awesome.
And on Facebook. And on
Facebook, Justice Brat Official.
and on Facebook, definitely. Excuse me, it's here. It was said Fuego has a good beat to it, most definitely.
It does. That's a great song.
So thank you very much for all that. And I appreciate you being on the show.
Really.
Really, I mean, this is a lot of fun. Lars usually ends the show with a song. We're not going to ask
Play
you
us out.
We're not going to ask you to freestyle.
Oh, yes.
Justice.
You already know.
Do you have
It's
anything
gonna be
written
something
that you
like,
can
here
freestyle?
we are, Kurt and Lars, having a good time. We are going Lars.
Remember,
My goodness.
Justice, always drop the first line and go to what the second thought is.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That first one was very obvious.
I love that, though. That was great. That's a great idea to not do your first idea first
It's
out.
the main thing. Never go with the first line.
You know what's funny when you say that, Justice? It always reminds me of when I'm in meetings and stuff and people start talking. I've always been taught that when you're going to say something, to use the rule of carpentry, and the rule of carpentry is measure twice, cut once. So always think about what you're going to do. Like in carpentry, you measure and then you measure again, then you cut. So what you're doing with your lyrics is the same way.
Yep.
So whenever we're having a meeting and someone will say something, I always think, "Hey, I want to say this." I'm like, "Well, let me rethink that. Should I say it? Nah, that'd be really stupid to say."
You know what that's really funny is I've always been the opposite way most of my life. I always thought, what is the stupidest thing I could say? And that's what I
Thank
say.
you, guys.
Thank you, Kevin.
Lars apparently throws and has been very successful
look.
with throwing that rule out the window.
Yeah, I'm always. Oh, thank you, Daryl, for putting up that link to her
Big
Facebook.
D,
Thank
my
you.
man, Big D.
Yeah, I always like would come up with, and the same thing with my music. I always like, what is the stupidest thing I can do, and that's what I'm doing first. And if it sounds a little too intelligent, I just like, okay, yeah, that's too intelligent. I can't.
You know, you go with what works, Lars. Right? If it ain't broke, fix it, man.
True story.
Well, no, that's why Kevin, who's been on the show before we did this, Kevin from Cigar Props. You know, he does a great show. He does interviews, has all these notes. He says, "Do you do notes?" I'm like, "No, I can't be canned like." I mean, I don't want to say canned because Kevin's not canned. I just when I do my research, I watch it, I learn
You guys
it,
should be
I absorb
watching
it.
the live show I'm
Like
doing with Justice.
Lars is having a conversation with someone.
No, I'm just telling my people who are texting me they should be listening to the live show with Justice.
But what I do is I do my research. Like I listen to your music, do, and then I just come out and I just just whatever's on my mind comes out. I'm not a notes guy, and I admire people like that, like Kevin. He's so structured and he's well informed because he keeps his notes. I can't do that. If I did that, I'd probably sit here and go, "So, Justice, again, what was it? What was that thing again that you were saying about?" I can't read my own handwriting. It says Minecraft. Minecraft. So that's not my gig. I did want to say that Lars, I smoked the grass. It was fantastic as always.
Thank you so much.
My second cigar is actually my buddy Brian Descend from the Limited Cigar Association just dropped their limited release of the Trail Mix from Bonaventura. This is a really tasty cigar. So that was my second. I know these shows are always a 2 to 3 cigar show. So
yeah, that's true.
So I always make sure that.
Go ahead.
No, I'm saying I always make sure that I have a couple of cigars with me, and I wanted to have the grass tonight because I was drinking some Michener's rye. A good buddy of mine recommended that smoking cigars with rye and drinking some rye, so I was having some of that. I had your grass, and I had this Bonaventura, the Trail Mix. So yes, Lars, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You know what? No, it's all good. You know what I wanted to ask, Justice? Who nowadays do you like as rapper? Who is like somebody who's out in the last couple of years?
That's a good
or
question.
even a few different rappers. What are the people that you like, that you listen to?
Oh, recently I've really been into Doja Cat. I think she's so unique and versatile. In my opinion, she has some of the most unique music in terms of as far as female rap goes. I think she has some of the most unique music, and I love everything about her. I love how funky she is. I love how she's fine with being goofy online and who she wants to be, which is completely against the hip hop norm. But I love it.
That's cool. Yeah,
That's a great point.
Amazing stuff. Absolutely.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest, I mean, I'm kind of stuck. I've always I listened to your music and I thought, man, this sounds really. I mean, great beat, great lyrics, great voice. Justice, fantastic voice.
Amazing.
And Jennifer, my fiance, said the same thing. She was like, "Man, she's got a beautiful voice." Because I somewhere along the lines, I just got kind of stuck in 1990 something, right? So it's 1990 something and more rewind. I like listening to more of old school 60s, 70s music. Mm-hmm. Even though I'm a child of the 80s, that hair band generation, I still have a hard time, shaking that, but I got to tell you, I listen to music and you can ask Lars, I'm kind of a no BS kind of guy. I mean, I was like, wow, man, she's got talent. This is fantastic.
Yeah.
Great music, great voice, incredible voice. You know what really impressed me the most is when I know that the song that Lars sent, I guess that was an exclusive. Mm-hmm. We did the intro. So I'd be mad at Lars about that. But I listened to it on my phone, and then I downloaded it on my computer, and then when I had it in my earphones, I was blown away by your voice when it was really in my earphones and I could hear it so clear.
And the
Thank
tonal
you.
quality of her voice when she's singing, her tonal quality is
Yeah.
really special. That's
Thank
like a different little
you.
thing because look, there's a lot of singers out there, the American Idol singer that
Mhm.
just kind of has it's like a cheese grater on my brain.
Mhm.
Um, but I there's a difference between that kind of singing and lead singer, the real lead singers that really it has a special, unique sound. Because to me, they all sound the same. But the lead singer, who's a really like real singer, they have a certain kind of tonal quality. They don't have to do acrobatics with their voice. They have a tonal quality that's just really sticky. It makes you really get into it, and
Yeah.
that's what you have. You have
Thank
that really
you.
amazing tonal
Yeah.
quality. It's
I
really intense.
appreciate
And
it.
I did seriously like it sounded great on the phone. I was like, man, this is a catchy tune. Oh, good music, good lyrics. And then when I put it on my computer, same thing. But once it was really like I could hear everything and not hear anything else, I was like, man, your voice is fantastic.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah,
So
you really are.
Evis wants to know if you ever tried America's Got Talent or ever thought about doing America's Got Talent or The
Hopefully not.
Voice.
I haven't before, but that's only because I'm kind of like wary of going the TV route.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
Evis, the answer is there's no need to.
Right, that's true.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
you're amazing. You're amazing talent, and a real talent. Those
Thank you.
um yeah, for people who want to cry.
so Lars, what song do you? First of all, before I turn it over to Lars to crank out a song, don't you got to get your guitar and everything ready, buddy?
Yeah, it's right next to me.
All right. Again, Justice, thank you very much for being on.
Yeah, you're amazing.
This is
Thank you. I
really
appreciate it.
an
Thank you for
honor.
having
It's
me.
amazing. It was really fun getting to know you a little bit better over the last couple hours. And I got to tell you, you have a fantastic story. I truly do mean it when I say to go from what you've done as a child and what you've experienced and what you've given back and then going into adult rap and music. I think that really takes a lot of courage and to be able
Thank
to take that
you.
transition or make that transition pretty impressive. And I wish you nothing but the best and luck. We support you. We love you. We're gonna, post on our Facebook page more about how to get connected with you. We want to have you back on the show again. And then when you're really big and
Absolutely.
famous, you can act like you don't know us, but we'll still ask you to be on the show.
Of course.
But thanks again. Really, I mean, it was really cool getting to know you, and God bless and really great fortune in all that you do.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much for having me. It was great. And thank you so much to everyone for watching.
Yeah, thank you guys for everybody coming in here. This is awesome.
Yeah, we got a good crew. Everybody, make sure that you check out Justice Brat on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Make sure that you subscribe on YouTube. Check out the videos. If you like Minecraft, you're gonna love the Minecraft video,
Oh my
and
God, it's incredible.
it's incredible. It's great. So Lars, what are you taking us out with?
Okay, so this is this song I wrote probably close to 30 years ago. So it's kind of funny, but yeah, here we go. And it's got references about 30,
I
40
was
years.
gonna ask what the hell's going on 30 years ago. Let's think about that for a second.
Yeah. Thug like moves, thug like style. Don't step to me, run a 3-minute mile. Think you're tough, think you flash. When I get on the stage, even Grandmaster had a dash. Yeah, I got the rhymes, I got the flavor. Mess with your mind, fuck up your behavior. Step to me, you wanna get tested. I'm the man who will take the rest. Yeah, this is my town. I'll show you where it's at. Yeah, this is my town. I'll show you where it's at. And break down walls, burn down halls, put the far longer shopping at the mall. Try to take a break, try to take a rest, but the little punks always wanna step up and test. Okay, let's slam some more shit. Take off the gloves, get in the pit. Better call the doctor, better call the morgue. Wake up the y'all, you're gonna need the whole world. This is my town. I'll show you where it's at. This is my town. I'll show you where it's at. Wow. People are calling me.
Do people not know this is the Lars portion of the show?
Yeah, I
Like,
should have gone ahead.
hello.
Yeah, I should have
The
turned off
stars
the
before
phone.
me.
The hell? This is.
I'm sorry. I should have turned off that phone before I started on any of this. Cause I'm blasting and I'm smashing and I'm taking on the whole town. I'm trashing, better take it up a step or better lift your head. Now you better duck so you miss my bat instead. Yeah, you got no heart, can't touch the ceiling. Better run for cover, I send the whole town reeling. That's right, check it out, this is my story. Better pump it up if you want any glory. This is my town. I'll show you where it's at. Yeah, this is my town. I'll show you where it's at. Yeah, baby, this is my town. I'll show you where it's at. This is my town. I'll show you where it's at. There it is.
Woo!
Thank you, baby.
Fantastic.
Round of applause.
Thank you, baby. So yeah, that was 30 years ago I wrote that. You heard my Grandmaster Flash reference in there. That's some age on it.
A little bit.
And
a
the
little
crowd goes wild.
Well, we know what that means. We heard Laura's song, so listen. I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight. A fantastic time, a lot of fun. We had the very talented, the very lovely, the very beautiful, and the very incredibly successful, and is going to be the next star, Justice Spratt.
Absolutely.
We
On
had
all
on,
levels.
and we had on the very talented, the very lovely, the very beautiful, the very sexy Lars.
We'll take out the beautiful part.
Oh!
Don't worry, I'll edit this later, Lars. It's okay. I'll take that out. But Justice, we want to thank you for being on, man. It was a great
course.
time. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Thank you
Of
for
course.
letting everybody know a little bit more about you. And I mean, fantastic. And you're always welcome to come on the show at any time, and maybe even come on and perform one time.
Absolutely.
Of course.
That'd
would
be
love that.
fantastic, right? That'd be great.
Yes.
Normally I do my normal show outro, but I got to hear that song again if it's okay with you, Justice.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
Check it out.
It was an honor having you, Justice.
yes,
on the
most
show.
So
definitely.
much for having
It
me.
was a
Great.
huge
Thank
honor
you.
from Lars, Care, and the great Justice Spratt. We want to thank you for joining us on the Stogie Road journey, on the Stogie Road Diaries. The journey continues. You learned a little bit about Justice's journey, and the journey continues. And we wish you nothing but great fortune in all that you do.
Love you all out there.
Have a great weekend, everybody. God bless.
I'ma hit him with this booby trap. He think he can make it out this booby trap. I'ma hit him with this booby trap. Give it to him once, I better run him back. I told him, dolly my way. I told him, dolly my way. Yeah, I told him, dolly my way. Dolly my way. You said you want me, daddy, that's not hard to see. I got you something special coming.